Okay, so this is going to be a tutorial for the new out of bounds clip for 100% where we're going to skip the collapse. So the point of this is to land with ISG on top of this door frame on that weird bit above the door. Clip out of bounds and use a Megasidehop to touch the loading zone that's all the way down there. Not that one, but the one that's all the way down there. And that will bring us to the Redead Bridge at the end of Collapse, and we will have successfully skipped the Ganondorf dying cutscene, which would happen if we went outside right now. So, start with ISG. So this is Seaborn's setup, but there's a whole lot of nuance to it, and so I'm going to go through and explain every input, and also explain how to cut out some pause buffers if you do some manipulation with hovers. So you get in this corner, you target this wall first of all, make sure you target this wall. Your angle should be 81-92 if you are using practice ROM. And then you roll into this corner a couple times. It has to be a couple times because right now it looks like I rolled into this corner, but if I roll again, those values changed. 232.367 should be your Z coordinate when you roll into this corner. And it'll stop there. If I roll more times, it won't change. So side hop right, side roll, backflip, and then put on hover boots. Backflip for one frame, and then chew and shield at the same time. So now here's where weird stuff comes in. We want all hovers that are 20.7 units in height. And there are two ways to get a hover like that. One of them is to drop a bomb chew and press R to drop a bomb chew and backflip on the next frame, and it'll always be 20.7. But that basically requires a pause, because there's no way you're going to reliably press R and then A one frame later every single time. So for the first half of this hover, we're going to do 4 bomb chew hovers backwards right now, then we're going to turn around and do 5 the other way. And for the 4 backwards, we can save a pause, because there's a manipulation that you can do to make it so that you can press R and A on the same frame and also get a 20.7 height hover. So and that happens by manipulating which ready stance Link has. Right now he's in a left ready stance, because his feet are facing left. If you tap ESS left, he'll switch to a right-facing ready stance. And if you are in a right-facing ready stance when you drop a bomb chew, the bomb chew would land at your feet in a little bit of a different place. And then if you do a hover off that, even if you get a first frame hover where you press R and A in the same time, instead of one frame separated, your height will be 20.7 units, and it'll be the right type of hover. So we need to do hovers. You want to force it into this ready stance so that it doesn't matter whether you press R and A separate or together. You'll get the right hover regardless. So the thing is, if you release R, I'm going to use frame advance here to show you something, and then press R one more frame, he retains that right ready stance before switching to left on his own. And so you want to just get into the right ready stance, then you can release R, pull out a bomb chew, hold down, and then R and A, and on that one frame of shield, he will have retained his right ready stance, and you get a 20.7 hover. And so that works. So do it again. And so you don't have to do this manipulation every single time. If you do it once at the beginning, and then just make sure to not continue to hold down after the backflip, he will retain his right ready stance on his own. So if I get my right ready stance, pull a bomb chew, hold down, backflip and release down, you can see he's still in a right ready stance from the previous hover. If you keep holding down, this won't happen. So we're going to do 2 more hovers here. Unlock on at least one of them. See, I held down too long there, and now he's in a left ready stance, so you need to switch again. Okay, so after your 4 hovers, your Y coordinate should be 898.4. That's how high you need to be after those 4 hovers. That's hovering at 20.7 units per hover for 4 hovers in a row. Then you turn around, assuming you unlocked on one of those hovers. And now, that manipulation doesn't work when you're facing this direction, for some reason. So, your only choice here is to do hovers where R and A is separated by 1 frame. So, you also need to hold down for the entirety of everything after you turn around in this hover. For the next 5 hovers, we need to be holding down the whole time. So pull out a bomb chew, drop it with R, and then backflip a frame later. And unlock on at least one of these. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so at the top of this hover, this is what your coordinates should look like. 311 in X, 1001.9 in Y, 252 in Z. And then you are turning straight to the right. Your angle should be 24585. And the reason I'm being so precise with all these numbers is because it's that precise. You cannot be different anywhere. Alright, so once you're up here, you need to side hop to the right for 2 frames. And on the second frame and second frame only, equip your iron boots. And that'll land you on the seam in the correct position. And then you need to do 4 side hops to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then after you wait like a second, you do a side roll. Make sure you wait, otherwise your side roll is going to differ. And then during the side roll, you untarget. And then there's 2 different cameras you can get here. One where the camera is half out of bounds, and then one like this. It doesn't matter which you get. They're both going to end up being the same thing. They differ by like 50 angle units, but it's not enough to fuck up this part of the trick. So ESS straight down, and then ESS 1 frame to the right. And then target. And then after you target this one time, do not target again, because as you might have seen, Navi flew down to look at Zelda, and if you target again now, then Zelda's going to get targeted, and you're going to get a bad angle. So keep target held the whole time, and then pull out a bomb shoe. And on this frame, or the frame right after that, we're going to roll, or we're going to drop the bomb shoe, and then wait a certain number of frames before we roll. If you drop the bomb shoe on this frame, the 8th red flash, then you're going to wait 5 frames before rolling. And if you drop it on the next frame after, the blue frame, then you're going to wait 4 frames before rolling. And also on any one of these pause buffers, unequip your iron boots. So I'm going to use frame advance so I don't mess it up. So this frame we're going to wait 5 frames. 1, 2, 3, 4. Notice the green arrow is on the sword on the 4th frame, and past the sword on the 5th frame. That's the cue you're going to use here. So roll now. And on the frame where Link's shield returns to his back, and you can barely see his head, which is now, do a Megasidehop to the left. And you will nail it. So the last thing I'm going to show you is that it does work if you get the other frame for the Megasidehop. So I have my coordinates saved at the top of this hover here. So side up to the right on the 2nd frame, which should be coming soon. Any day now. Anytime. Perfect. First try, you equip your iron boots. Do 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait a second. Side roll. ESS down. 1 ESS frame to the right. Target. This is the frame we used before, and then this frame is one we're using now. And now you roll on the 4th frame instead of the 5th. So 1, 2, 3, 4. The green arrow is on the sword. That's your cue here. Last time it was past the sword. So you roll now. Prepare for a left Megasidehop. And we're also going to, assuming we were pause buffering this instead of doing frame advance, unequip the iron boots here. And now we're going to input A and left. And it'll work. Okay. That's how you do the trick. Trick is super precise. Don't mess it up.